Hey, what's going on, everyone? I want to make this video real quick because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately and kind of where a bottleneck in my own brand. Um, and you guys can learn from it and apply it to your guys' next product test. But basically, this is the only metric that matters for dropshipping specifically. If you're running a Shopify dropshipping store, this is literally the only metric that you need to understand. Okay, and you guys should head over. This is free. Just fire Ecom ads toolkit. You guys can just copy this URL if you want. But basically, it's just about understanding your numbers overall. And let's just run through this calculator to talk about break-even ROAS. So I'll just use the example of my store right now and why it's actually an issue for my brand, and I'm constantly working on it. So my cost of goods sold are $38. I know that price is landed from China to my customer's doorstep. This is cost of goods sold plus shipping. And I sell my product for $99.99. This will be your average, pretty much your average order value. I know that most people buy one of my product because it's a very durable good, and the average order value is literally 99.6. So I know that my break-even ROAS is a 1.62. And to be honest, this is higher than I would like. You have to understand that the advertiser, the brand owner, who can spend more on Facebook to acquire a customer at their goal wins. So again, this is my break even. This is not my goal. My goal is actually somewhere around 2.2. I know this based off of my contribution margin. I know that I need a 2.24, a 2.2 to hit my net margin goals. Okay, so that's pretty high. How much easier would it be to run a Shopify store if your goal was a 1.4 at scale, right? That is so much easier. For example, let's look at Rose Skin Co. Rose Skin Co. Very, very, almost perfect. I would say perfect brand. And this is like a typical dropshipping product. Let's go to their product page. How do you get there? Okay. Well, look at this. Silky Smooth Routine Kit. They sell it for $219. So let's just say their average order value. Let's just say they have a sale and maybe their average order value is $210. Okay. And their cost of goods, this thing right here and this thing, let's just say 10, 10, 5, and 5. So 10, 10, so 10, 20, and then 30 for all of this. Let's just be generous and say 35, okay? Let's just be generous here. Let's just say 40. Let's just be super generous and say their COGS for this entire kit is 40, and they're selling it for 210, okay? Let's find out their break even. Their break even is a 1.24. That means they can operate all day long on Facebook with, let's say, a 1.5 ROAS or even a 1.6. Literally anything over a 1.24, they're making money, okay? And their profit margin is 170. So that means that if they get a cost per purchase for $170, they are not losing money, they are breaking even. This is where my store struggles because I'm selling it for $99, cost me $38. This is a decent cost per purchase, but I know that I get around $55, sometimes $60 cost per purchases during like a bad month or a bad week. So I know it gets close to this. Now, obviously, the clear fix here is to lower this number and raise this number. Obviously, it's not that easy, but if I was able to sell my product for 200, let's just do 190, and the costs are the same, that completely changes my business. Now, it's not that easy because if I raise this price, my conversion rate will probably tank, and obviously my cost per purchase is going to rise a lot, probably higher than this. It's going to be very hard for me to convert my audience at $190 selling price, double what it is now. Now, it's something that I will test. And this is why you see brands increase their prices over time, because ads get more expensive as you scale. your cost per acquisition raises. So this is why brands raise their prices. Look at Apple since they launched their iPhone. You know, every time they launch, their prices go up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And same thing with Roskin. I don't think they had this offer like sometime last year. This is pretty new to me. You know, so they're raising their average order value for their entire brand. This is the Lumi. I swear this was like maybe $130 sometime last year. So they've raised it. They've raised their prices as they grow as a brand. Okay. So for everyone trying to find a product on AliExpress that costs 25 and sell it for 50, this is very, very tough. Look, your break-even ROAS is a 2. You need under a $25 cost per purchase just to break even. And you basically need a 2.345 ROAS to hit your goals. Whereas if you're selling this for 99, it costs you 25. This brings down your break even to 1.34, and now you can scale pretty aggressively at a 1.6 ROAS. So these are the numbers that people don't, I guess, take into consideration before they test, which is it's so important. It's literally your entire business, because dropshippers need to be profitable on their first purchase, right? Some brands just try to break even, and they know that if they get a sale, that customer will come back a month, 2 months, 3 months later and buy again, and that's where they make the profit. Dropshippers don't typically start off that way. Obviously, that's the goal, to transition your brand into a longer LTV and, you know, a more sustainable brand, and then you can operate at a lower, target ROAS. But for 99.9% of dropshippers, we need to be profitable on the front end. So I can't stress this enough. It's so important to understand your numbers, and look at any other brands too, like Nori.co. You know, they sell this iron, like, you know, very simple product. They sell it for $96. It probably costs them under $20 because they're buying bulk, and it's very easy to ship. So they're probably selling at 96. Let's say it costs them 25. Again, 1.35 break-even ROAS goal. Much, much better. So yeah, that's the whole point of this video. If you know this already, great. If you don't, just keep in mind, and before you launch a product, run through these numbers every single time. I take this into consideration for each product I test. So yeah, it's super important. All right, peace.